It's me, Cassandra from Mobile Om Yoga, and I'm so grateful to have you joining me on this Monday evening for this virtual yoga practice brought to you from the San Pedro Creek Cultural Park here in San Antonio, Texas. So I'm standing here in the Fundación Plaza, or the beginning of this culture park, and I'm in front of this beautiful water feature that just recently opened. So I'm excited to be back here on the park to bring you this slice of mindfulness and movement from downtown San Antonio, brought to you from our partners at the San Antonio River Authority. So thank you so much for tuning in to join me. Let's go ahead, unroll your mats, and begin. We're going to start today's practice sitting down in a nice, comfortable seated pose. So finding yourself crisscrossing in your legs, moving so that you're nice and grounded in your sit bones. And let's go ahead and close the eyelids here. Take a moment to tune in to the gentle movement of your breath. Taking a moment to arrive here in your practice on your mats, reminding yourself of why you've chosen to make this a part of your day. 2 more really big, full, deep breaths here, in through the nose, lifting a little taller through the crown of the head. Exhaling completely. One last inhale. And exhale it out. Go ahead and open up your eyes. With your next inhale, let's reach all 10 fingers up to the sky. And as you exhale, we're going to stretch over to the right side. Big side body stretch. Pause here. Shrug your shoulders away from your ears. One more inhale. Stretch long. On your next inhale, you're going to rainbow up through center. Exhale over to the left side, reaching long through the right arm. One more breath in and out here. On your inhale, move back up to center. We're going to take it into a twist now. Right hand behind you. Left hand's going to come across to your right knee. So on your inhale, sit up nice and tall. On your exhale, ring it out. Once more, just like that. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, ring it out. We're going to inhale back to center. Switch it to the other side as you exhale. Left hand behind you. Right hand reaching across towards your left knee. On the inhale, sit up nice and tall. On your exhale, ring it out. Again, inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, ring it out. And then on your next inhale, you're going to come back into center, and with your exhale, take it over into forward fold, bringing your forehead down to the mat or down, just relaxing it towards the earth. One more breath into the back of your heart. Your next inhale, begin to go ahead and come upright. We're going to switch the crossing of your legs, taking the opposite shin in front, and then go ahead and bring your hands onto your knees. Beginning to warm up the spine now. You're going to inhale, move forward, exhale, move back, making big circles with your spine. Inhale forward, exhale back. Maybe you close your eyes and feel out that movement. Filling up on your inhale, sliding the heart forward, exhaling to empty, rolling back. Our Sufi grind beginning to wake up, bring some movement, some lubrication to the base of our spine, starting to move a little bit into the pelvis. With your next exhale at the back, pause, and then begin to inhale, move the opposite direction, making those big circles as you inhale forward and exhale back. After your next inhale forward, exhale back, pause, and then inhale. You're going to switch now into our pelvic rock. So you're going to inhale, rock your pelvis forward. I like to move my hands in front of my shins. Exhale, roll back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. So I'm moving a little quicker with my breath so that I can really begin to warm up in the pelvis. You know, for most of us, if we spend a lot of our days sitting, we can get really locked up in the pelvis area. We really want to make sure we begin to loosen that up before we get too deep into this practice. It really does settle us into a nice, straight posture. On your next inhale, feel your pelvis tipping forward, and then your exhale, we're taking it into a forward fold again. Should feel a little different with that other shin in front, other hip. Maybe awake a little bit more here. Take an inhale and exhale. And then with your next inhale, we're going to just walk your hands all the way back upright. And then we're going to make your way around onto your hands and knees. Taking that same kind of pelvic rock now into gravity. So you're inhaling into cow pose, dropping the belly, lift the gaze. Exhaling into cat, tuck and round. Again, inhale down into cat, cow pose, drop your belly, lift the gaze. Then exhale into that Halloween cat. Draw the navel in, rolling the back of the heart high. One more time each way. Inhaling down, belly drops. Exhaling to round. And then making your way here into a neutral spine. You're going to take your neck, toes under necks, and lift yourself up, taking your first downward facing dog. And then walk it out here, bending one knee, let the opposite heel root down. So we're starting to wake up into the back of the legs, shifting from hip to hip. After a few rounds on both sides, let's find a neutral down dog. So you're letting both heels sink as low as you can get them today to the mat. And then soften behind your knees. And then begin to press your upper body back toward your legs. So really finding space in the heart. Take one more inhale in and out here. You're going to begin to take your gaze forward, tiptoe your feet all the way to the top of your mat. Let your feet meet your hands. They're about hip width distance apart. On your inhale, halfway lift. And with your exhale, forward fold. We're finding ragdoll. So a really generous bend into the knees. You can reach across and grab onto your elbows or your biceps here. Let your arms dangle down. Just a few breaths into this ragdoll. Imagining that gravity is helping to draw the crown of the head down to help decompress your spine. Another big shake of your head, maybe shaking it yes, shaking it no. And go ahead, let your fingers go if you have the bind. Inhale, we're going to find a flat back. Hands are going to come onto the shins or up to the thighs. Lengthen the heart long. Exhale, melt back down. Your next inhale is taking you all the way up to standing, fingertips to the sky. Reaching all the way up high. Stretch those fingertips, reaching high. Exhale, go ahead and bring your hands at your heart center. All right, moving through some versions of our vinyasa, mixing our breath with our movement. So inhale, we'll stretch back up to the sky. With your exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale into that flat spine, reaching long through the heart. Exhale, plant the palms of the mat, step your feet back, high push-up or plank, and lower down, our first chaturanga. Inhale, we'll sweep up the heart, find cobra, maybe even lifting your hand. So you're really waking up the muscles in the back body to lift. Exhale, lower. We'll meet in down dog, lifting the hips up and back. Finishing with 2 breaths, inhaling deep through the nose. Exhaling back out the nose. One more time, fill yourself up completely. And then get completely empty. Take the gaze to the top of the mat. Feet walk, step, or float all the way to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and bow down. Inhale all the way up to standing. Reach your arms high. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more time through that sun salutation A. We'll inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, flat back. Palms to the mat as you exhale, high to low plank. Or inhale, we're gonna find that cobra again, or maybe upward dog, where you press into the hands, lift your thighs, and deepen, opening up the heart. Exhale to down dog. That's where we'll meet, hips high to the sky. Take 2 breaths here, in through the nose. Exhale to soften and empty. Last breath here, fill up. Exhale to empty. Take the gaze to meet the hands. Walk, step, or float. Feet to meet the top of your mat. Inhale into flat back. Heart lifts. Exhale, melt down. Forward folds. Coming all the way to standing. Inhale, reach out, reach up. On your exhale, collect your palms at your heart center. We're going to add on now. Find chair pose. Sit your hips into a chair. Hands can stay at your heart, or you can reach them high to the sky. Breathe here. Feel the weight root back into the heels, sitting into the hips. Reach and open up the chest. One more inhale here. Exhale to melt down, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Listen carefully. Exhale, plant the hands. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Spin it down to the mat. We're coming into warrior one. Hands can rise to the hips, squaring them deep to the heart or up to the sky. Bend into your right knee so that it's coming all the way over your ankle, and then anchor into your back foot so you're nice and strong in the legs here. Drop the hands back behind your back. We're going to take humble warrior. Interlacing the hands, inhale, peel the heart up. Keep sending that right knee deep into a bend. One more inhale to lift up through the heart. Then we're going to begin to hinge forward at the hips, finding that humble warrior. Trying to avoid the chest coming onto the right thigh. Maybe you come slightly to the inside and drop the head. Hands can stay resting on the back, or you lift them up and overhead, finding a deeper stretch in the shoulders. You can give your head a good shake, yes and no. Make sure you're not holding any tension in the neck. One more breath in and out. You're going to release your hands and rise up next. Inhale, back into warrior one, fingertips high to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands all the way down to the mat. You can take a chaturanga or a nataranga. You don't have to take this flow in between. You can step straight to down dog, or take a little vinyasa to get you there. We'll all meet, hips high to the sky. Take an inhale breath. You'll look forward. Begin to lift your left foot. On the exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Right heel comes to the mat. We're rising other side. Warrior one. Left knees bending. Hands can square or help square the hips. Come to the heart or reach all the way up to the sky as you bend deeper into your left knee. Anchoring into that back foot. You're going to circle the hands around, and as you come to interlace them, take the opposite non-dominant grip. And then inhale, again, puffing up the chest as you keep bending into your left knee. Setting up for our humble warrior with a big inhale. With the exhale, hinging from your hips, coming towards the inside of that left thigh. Maybe the hands stay on your low back, or you can lift them up and away, finding a deeper stretch in the shoulders. Maybe give your head a good shake yes and shake no. One more breath in and out. Releasing your hands, and on your next inhale, we're going to rise back. Strong warrior one, fingertips to the sky. Listen carefully. Exhale, hands to the mat. You're going to come to the ball of your right foot. Step it forward to meet your left to complete the circle. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Sit your hips low, finding chair pose. Inhale. And exhale, come to standing, hands at the heart. All right. We'll do one more little circle, a little bit different this time. So starting in chair pose, you can reach the arms high, leave them at the heart. Chair. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. We're going to switch this time as you exhale. Hands come to the mat. You're going to step your right foot to the back of your mat. This time staying on the ball of your right foot, begin to rise up. finding yourself in a crescent lunge. So a little more challenging of the balance, really requiring the squaring of your hips. All right, hands at the heart to begin. When you're ready, extend them tall. Sink a little deeper. On your inhale, you're going to begin to reach your right arm straight out in front of you. Then begin to twist open. Your left arm's going to start reaching back behind you. So you're anchoring into that back foot. You can always drop the knee for stability if you need it. Staying right here, or begin to tip that left hand down. Maybe it finds that right thigh as the right hand finds the sky. Or maybe you just reach it towards the ground. On your next inhale, sweep all 10 fingers to meet the sky. As you exhale, we're opening up into warrior two, left knee bending over the ankle. On your inhale, we're going to flip it and reverse it. Reach up and back through the left arm. Keep sending the left knee deep into a bend. Take a big inhale breath. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands to the mat. Left foot meets the right, taking a vinyasa or moving straight to your downward facing dog, your choice. Take a breath in down dog, in through the nose, exhaling it out. This time you're going to look forward on your inhale. With your exhale, step your right foot between your hands, bending into that right knee. We'll begin to rise into your crescent lunge. Hands can settle at your heart to help you find stability for a moment. You're bending into the right knee, squaring the hips, also engaging through that left foot. When you're ready, you'll reach the arms up high to the sky, full crescent lunge. On your next inhale, begin to reach your left arm forward, and then we're going to open up, start to reach your right arm back. Challenging your balance. Squeeze your hips, draw your navel in, and then maybe you begin to tip the right hand down, left arm high. Maybe the right hand finds the left thigh. Stretching up and open. On your next inhale, come back to neutral. Right hand meets the left. As you exhale, open up into warrior two, facing the long edge of your mat. On that right knee, or the right knee is bending deep. We're going to flip your right palm and reverse the warrior, reaching up and back, yawning open through that right side body. Taking one more big breath in and out. Exhale, listen careful, hands cartwheel to the mat. Left foot's going to step forward to meet the right at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, begin to fold down. Sit your hips low. Inhale, find your chair pose. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Stay in chair. Take an inhale. As you exhale, we're going to twist over to the right. Left elbow to right thigh. Right hand presses into the left as you open up the chest. Try to dip your hips a little lower. You can keep pressing hands together or maybe opening up the arms, spreading out your wings. Take a breath in and out. Hands come back to the center. Inhale, stay low in the hips, come to center. Exhale, other side. Right elbow meets the left thigh. Hooking it around and opening by pressing the left palm into the right. Maybe opening up the arms here. Taking one more breath in and out. And then you'll take it into a forward fold. Begin to walk your feet a little wider than the hips. You're going to take your peace sign fingers and you're going to grab onto your big toes. And you're going to push the big toes down into the ground, really anchoring into the fingers. Soft bend behind the knees as you inhale. Slide your heart forward. Find that halfway lift. And as you exhale, keep anchoring your toes down. Now begin to try to pull your toes up to find yourself into this forward fold. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Release your hands away from your toes. Inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, plant the hands, step your feet back with or without taking your vinyasa. We're going to meet in down dog. I'm going to skip it this time for those who are skipping it with me. All right, inhale. You're going to reach the right leg up this time. Find a three-legged dog. Bend your right knee. Begin to open up that right hip. Left heel's anchoring down to keep you stable here. Take one more inhale, really opening up the right hip. And as you exhale, you're going to look forward. We're going to find our half pigeon. Right knee behind the right wrist. Left knee comes down, begins to walk backwards. So you're crossing the mat with your shin. Right foot's coming across. And then press into the hands. Lift your hips. There's a tendency to want to bring the weight into that right hip. So lift your hips. Try to square the right hip back, left hip forward. Finding a proud pigeon. Lifting up tall and open through the chest. Inhale. And then as you exhale, begin to fold down, maybe coming onto the forearms or maybe all the way down onto the forehead. Soften into this hip stretch. Meeting that sensation, whatever you feel, right where you are. Just keep your focus on the steady, balanced breath to help you dilate any pointed sensation into a little more softness. Your next inhale, begin to come up onto the hands, just sitting upright once again. You're going to allow yourself to sit onto the right hip this time and begin to turn around so that you're facing towards the back of your mat. And then you're going to take that right leg and straighten it out. Bring your left foot into a half tree. So the left foot's on the inside of your right thigh. Squaring over your right leg, inhale. As you exhale, take it into a hamstring stretch, reaching over that right leg and fold down. Big, deep breath. Each inhale, the heart's lengthening toward your toes. Each exhale, the belly button softening a little bit closer down toward your thigh. Your next inhale, go ahead and come upright, all the way upright. All right, you're going to bring your left foot to the floor, bring your right foot to the floor. Sit up nice and tall. Let's activate the core just a bit here since we've got this nice waterfall behind us. Let's imagine we're in some water. We're in a boat. Let's float. Float your feet up to the sky. Lift your heart. Take the corners of your mouth up high. And we're going to reach the arms out and keep lifting the heart. Take an inhale and an exhale. One more inhale. With your exhale, you can try this on. Cross your shins, roll forward, take your hands to the mat. Or however you get there, we're going to meet in down dog. You might want to take a vinyasa on your way there and join me. Or just step it into downward dog now, facing the opposite way on your mat. Then we'll start to lift the left heel up. Let your left knee bend and open it up wide. Right heel sinking to the mat. Yawning that left side open. One more inhale. As you exhale, you're going to bring that left knee behind your left wrist, setting up for pigeon on the other side. Walk your right leg back. Your hands pressing into the earth to lift you up off of that left hip and try to square your hips forward. Right hip forward, left hip back. Take another inhale, lengthening through the heart. And as you exhale, begin to fold forward onto the forearms, or maybe you settle down onto the forehead. Meeting yourself here on this left side. Our hips can be very revealing. How we interact with this resistance we meet here on our mat. Can we sit in the sensation and not react, but instead just respond, coming back to our breath and allowing ourselves to dilate. On your next inhale, begin your process of coming back upright. onto the hands. You're gonna let your weight sit into that left hip this time. We're turning back now to face towards the front of the mat. And you're gonna straighten your left leg to meet the right. Bring the right foot into half tree pose. So we're lengthening out the left leg, sitting up nice and tall. And as you exhale, leading your heart toward your toes, fold forward. Each inhale, you're lengthening. Each exhale, you're softening. Inhale, lengthening, and exhale, softening. One more inhale, and exhale. Your next inhale, begin to come upright. One more time, let's float it up to that boat pose. Bring your knees up towards the sky. We're going to draw the knees into the chest, lifting up through the heart. Finding that boat pose where you can float pose. And then you'll reach your arms out. This time we're going to move a little bit with it. You're going to stay upright as you inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, slowly begin to come into a canoe. So you're barely hovering. And then exhale back up. We'll do 2 more of those. Inhale into canoe. Exhale back into boat. One more time. Inhale into canoe. Exhale into boat. And then we're going to come to canoe and pause. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Feel the low back really getting strong here. And then lower your heels. Take the arms overhead. Take a full body stretch. And then begin to bring your hands down by your hips. Let your knees come up towards the sky. Okay. Bringing the feet to the floor, right up next to the hips. So you should be able to graze your heels with your fingertips. We're going to take an inhale, press through the feet, and begin to lift your hips into a gentle bridge. So pressing the hips towards the ceiling or towards the sky. And as you exhale, slowly lower them down. We're going to do that again with the breath, but this time add the arms. So as you inhale, as you begin to lift the hips, also begin to lift your arms and take them all the way up overhead so that they come all the way to the floor. And then as you exhale, slowly begin to lower both back to the mat, curling your tailbone and bringing the hands back down. So maybe close your eyes and move with your breath, inhaling to find that extension of lifting the arms, lifting the front body up towards the ceiling or sky, and exhaling to slowly roll everything back down. Inhale, press and lift everything up. And exhale to lower. This time we're going to inhale, lift, and stay lifted. So inhale, lift all the way up, stay lifted. See if you can press into the hands, lift a little more, and then see if you can literally walk your shoulders down the back. Keep pressing the arms overhead. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, lower your hips down, and then bring your knees into the chest. Hands come onto the knees. Maybe break some circles or kind of figure 8 shapes to massage out the low back. And then we'll find happy baby. Knees come towards the armpits, feet to the sky or ceiling, grabbing onto the soles of the feet, maybe rocking side to side. Or I like to take little kung fu baby kicks, kicking through the heel. And then finding a neutral, happy baby for a moment. Try to settle the shoulders and the tailbone on the mat. Big, deep breaths into the full back body. Now bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees push away from you into a butterfly, a little bound butterfly. Keeping the feet together, release the hands, and then take the hands to the outside of the knees. Close your knees together like a book. Open your arms out side to side. Let the knees fall over to the left. Finding a twist. The gaze can be straight up towards the sky, or you can look over to the right side. Letting gravity do most of the work here as you just relax and allow. In your next inhale, draw the knees up into center through the chest, and as you exhale, let them fall over to the right side. Gaze might move over to the left. Inhale, come back into center. Wrap your arms now up and around your shins. This time bring your nose up toward your knees. Give yourself a big squeeze. Thank yourself for showing up on your mat this evening. And then release everything out. And we'll take a few moments in our complete surrender. This Shavasana pose, corpse pose. Take the first few moments here to do a body scan. Just seeing how you feel and if there's any areas you notice any tension or discomfort. Do what you can to bring yourself comfort and then try to relax. Let your breath settle into a natural rhythm and just be the observer. Observe how this beautiful machine of your body operates without effort. Begin to breathe a little deeper. Staying completely relaxed. Just bring your awareness back into this space, into your heart space, reminding yourself of why you're here, why you showed up today. And from that space of gratitude, begin to bring awareness back into your physical body, waking up your hands and your feet mindfully. Maybe finding a full body stretch. You can reach hands and legs in opposite directions. And then knees into the chest. You'll make your way up to seated, either rolling onto the side or joining me to maybe rock a few times front to back and make your way upright. Kind of 360 degrees from where we began, arriving back in that seat. Take a moment as you come into this space, close your eyes, and recognize how you might feel different, even though this pose may look similar to where we were just a short time ago. Keeping your eyes closed, stretch your arms out wide and up to the sky, and you're going to bring your hands together and close them down at your heart center into our salutation seal, our prayer hands. We salute ourselves, salute yourself, your heartfelt intention for showing up today. Sitting up a little taller, lifting your heart into your thumbs. And then taking your thumbs up to your third eye, the center of your forehead, that energy which connects us to each other. In this virtual space, we recognize the light, the wisdom, the inspiration that brought each and every one of us here to support and encourage and motivate each other. From my heart, from my light to each of you, I recognize you, I see you, and I thank you. Namaste.